about to hear is like Law and Order for two trombones with a band accompaniment. That's basically what's going on. And I wrote it because my sister retired after 30 years as an FBI agent. And now that she's retired, she can talk to me about what she did. So I said, what's the craziest thing you ever did in the FBI? And she told me about a chase that she did one night from 5:30 in the afternoon in New York City until 9:30 the next morning. They were chasing the most hard-to-catch mafia criminal that they had ever experienced. In several cities, nobody could get a hold of this person. They were in hot pursuit of him, and he was always eluding capture. So they chased him from the Cloisters, which is at the very top of Manhattan. And then they chased him in a subway car, in a subway train, all the way down to Chinatown. And then they went all the way up to Spanish Harlem, over to Harlem. And then they went downtown, and they chased him in a high-rise office building up the stairs, and somehow he got away from that. And there was only one staircase, she told me, going up. And then finally, the chase ended during rush hour the next morning, right through Grand Central Station lobby, and they caught him in traffic. So I heard this story, and I started thinking about making this into a piece for band with two trombones, because the most criminal instrument we all know is the trombone. So tonight, Mike Wilkinson, who's a doctoral student here, and who happens to be away, he's come back from State University of New York in Potsdam, doing a one-year professorship, and he's back. He's the jazz guy, the bad guy, the slipperiest criminal in the history of the trombone. And he will be pursued tonight by another doctoral student from here at Arizona State University. He's our teaching assistant, Josh Bledsoe. And Josh is going to be the chief inspector for tonight's crime drama. It takes place in New York City. It all took place in one night, and just keep following it. But what makes this story easier to follow is after the opening chase, you're going to see some beautiful artwork by Joyce Levin and Yvette Arteaga. And they are Phoenix artists who are really fabulous. And one time at First Friday downtown, we were sitting in our favorite gallery, and a lot of artists and musicians were talking about what kind of art they wanted to be working on right about now. And I was talking to them about this piece that I was working on. So Joyce and Yvette asked me for the MIDI, or the experimental version of the piece before it had ever been heard. I gave them the sketches, and they had the time and the vision to be able to paint what was in the music. So they painted the music, and you'll see it. And after intermission, if you want to go out in the lobby, the original artwork's here, since we're in Phoenix. And it'll be projected on the screen above the group while you watch the piece. So it will help you see where you are. It's a piece full of chases and places, and it has a lot of drama, and it's an absolute virtuoso workout, because it was originally written for Joe Alessi, the most famous trombone player in the world from the New York Philharmonic, and Marshall Gills, who's in the VDR Big Band in Cologne, Germany, and he holds the highest paying jazz job in the world. That's kind of criminal in itself. So that's what happened, and tonight we're going to hear the third performance, and the first time performed by enrolled students and with a student ensemble. Before we start, I like to do something you don't see at concerts very often, which is when the piece is over, we're going to treat it like bows after a concert. But the artists never get a chance to get recognized. So before you ever see their art, let's thank Yvette Arteaga and Joyce Levin for this incredible artwork that they made. Bones of Contention, a New York urban legend for two trombones and band.